What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal?
Sup?
It's your boy in here, man. Your boy SP. Got my son back in here.
Mm-hmm.
We back with episode 3 of Small Talk.
Yeah.
How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Pretty good, bro.
Feeling pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
So we back on our Loki thing. So we had season 2, episode 2.
Yeah.
After we finish this, we about to jump into episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
But for you, quick review. What you overall what you think about episode 2?
I think episode 2 is like, at some points, like it kind of loses you because like it's kind of boring, but at some points, like you get the action, you know. But those like boring parts are like mostly when they're just like talking about nothing. Like when Mobius and Brad were in the McDonald's just talking about like, hey bro, how you been?
I mean even with those parts, I think like it was like even though it was nothing really happening, I think the biggest thing with that was like identifying the identifying that something was about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because if you notice, like, you know, even though the conversation wasn't about nothing, you seen how Brad just was sitting there like,
yeah,
like, hey man, you ready to go? Hey, you ready to go?
Brad was mad sus.
Yeah, like he's like man, bro, what's up? Why you so on edge, man? And
then it like this universe is about to end.
Exactly.
This timeline, I mean.
Like if he found out that it was an actual setup, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that was one of those episodes that, you know what I'm saying, like because with a series sometimes it's not gonna always be straight action. I think that was one of those building episodes to where, you know, they had to give us a lot of little backstories or not necessarily backstories, but a lot of dialogue, you know.
Yeah.
So what you what would you say is your favorite part and worst part of the episode?
Favorite part and worst part? So favorite part has to be where like what's it called? Loki is like torturing Brad with a like little small box thing.
Oh yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah. And worst part?
Brad. Speaking of Brad, what was his name? X5 or XO or something like that.
Yeah, X5 something.
Sound like a car. like a BMW, the BMW X3. But no, like one I thought that was good. I thought the name of the I like how they
Breaking Bad and Breaking Brad, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was kind of like Brad was getting under their skin.
For real.
Yeah, like Brad was he got I think he got under Loki's skin a little bit. I think he got under
He really got under Mobius' skin.
Yeah, didn't Mobius swing on him?
Yep.
Mobius is my boy. then afterwards what they had to get some key lime pie.
Nah, it was like some lime pie.
I think it was key lime.
Key lime?
It was key lime.
Maybe.
Yeah. What did you think about that room? Like what if that's like, you know, what if that's what the future looked like if you know, like the cafeteria is just like a whole wall of pies or a whole wall of like burgers or something. Like,
I mean, like, that'd be sick. And like I kind of like stuff like that because like I used to watch this Netflix series and these like people were time travelers and they were on a spaceship and they had this little room. They had like an AI and there was this little room that just like fabricated any food you wanted. So like,
I don't know if I like fabricated food. I like real food. Fabricated means, you know, fake, like a little. Yeah, I don't know if I want the fabricated food. What was the name of the series?
The name of the series. It was Legends of Tomorrow. It was a DC series, like one of the only ones I like. I also like Suicide Squad. That's a good one. Okay. Yeah.
We had to check those out. Mm-hmm. But back in the Loki, so I got the whole episode, you know, like was pretty much based around trying to get the information out of
Brad.
out of Brad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause Brad found he found Sophie.
Yeah, like that was his mission.
Yeah. Now, like, I do want to understand, like, okay, so his mission was to find Sophie, and then, like, okay, so he found her, but he didn't bring her back or anything. He just decided that he wanted to start living the movie star life. That did. Like, what you think about that?
I feel like he just like got caught in the moment, you know?
Yeah, but even with that, like,
He could just go back and like turn in Sophie and then go back to the time he left.
yeah, or even with the fact of like, it wasn't that, like, he was in that same, like, the movie star was in that same timeline that Sophie was in, that they found Sophie at the McDonald's. So which means that was a timeline that was also getting ready to, he knew that was gonna get blown up. So, like, he was just cool with just living the star life in the timeline he knew was about to get blown up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I don't know. So it's a head scratcher right there.
Yeah. I like how like Loki, Mobius, and Sylvie just like the moment they stepped into the people that were branching the timelines, they stepped in there for like 1 second. 2 seconds later, the whole thing is just shut down.
Oh, dude! As soon as they walked in, they like, we've been compromised.
Yeah.
Remember, they like,
I just like 3 people and 1 old guy.
man, and they just came in and just started tearing things apart.
Loki's like more brutal now. Like he got like his mischief is like it's better to me because like in the episode he's like he has shadows grabbing onto people.
Oh yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah.
And I think this is my first time like really seeing him use his like in his series. You know, like, obviously we done seen him use his use his
Yeah,
powers
but
and
not
stuff.
like he doesn't really use it, you know?
Yeah, like throughout his series, I think early in the like it showed that
He
like in the
multiplied himself and stuff.
no, like I think in the TVA like his powers weren't available or something. So like yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, like I got to go back and watch season 1 again, and because I think in the TVA he couldn't use his powers, but
Yeah,
now
he can.
but now he could. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty sweet though, like the shadow thing, yeah, that was pretty sweet. How he multiplied himself, all that. So what I'm a little. I wonder what's the significance with that old timeline for Sylvie. Is that like maybe is that the timeline like maybe she was born from or something like that? Like with the
She wasn't born from that timeline because she might have been, but when like in season 1 we saw her getting kidnapped and she was on Asgard. So
okay, but like why did she want to go back there, and then like she worked out, she was doing the McDonald's, just
I feel like she just wants like a normal life, like just like.
But out of all the normal things you can do is work at McDonald's. Though?
I mean, free burgers.
I mean, I'm sure you would love to work at McDonald's.
I mean, the free burgers, bro. That's all I can say.
You know what? That was Daddy's first job, and I used to make some triple bacon like that. Back then, they didn't even have triple burgers on the menu. We would be making triples. We'd be making like all type of stuff, like triple decker quarter pounders, double steak bagels.
For real.
Oh my God, steak McGriddles. Ooh,
I have 2 words for you. Double cheeseburger.
it's 3 words.
Double cheeseburger? Oh. Well, it's a combo. Whatever.
That's 3 words, bro.
Whatever. You get the point.
Yeah, I got you. I did like like I feel like Mobius is like as much as he's
like kind of like not like he was so chill in season 1 and now he's like kind of like
yeah, like I think he's trying to hold it together, but I think like in the back of his mind that the stuff and the fact that he done found all this stuff up is kind of bothering him a little bit. that I think that, you know what I'm saying, especially when he swung on Brad, that I think that was kind of a telltale.
Yeah.
But then like even when he was when he was sitting down with Loki and they was eating the pie, you know what I'm saying, and they were kind of just having that heart to heart.
Loki was pressing him, bro.
Loki's like, man, he's like, hey,
You don't want to go to your old timeline, man? You had a life. You must have left so many people behind, bro. Dang.
Loki's like, hey, he's like, man, that happens. He's like, look, it's like I was in my emotions. I went down to Earth.
I threw Tony off a building,
tried to wipe him with the Mind Stone. Like,
didn't work. Throw him off a building. We all
like,
have
hey,
our anger moments.
Hey,
like,
man, we all live in our emotions.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I also feel like Mobius is kind of losing his cool because, like, in season 1, he was always talking about, like, magazines and stuff and how he could just imagine, like, just sitting on the sea line on a jet ski. And now he's, like, TVA is his life and stuff. Like, he doesn't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah, I think he is. I think, like, Mobius is, like I said, he wants to know, but I think he's, like, scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of, because, like, matter of fact, he said it. He said it. He was like, he was like, man, he's like, the bad stuff I can't deal with. He's like, but what if it's something good? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what he's scared of. Like, like if it's easy, I think it's easy to deal with. Like if he looked and he had a life and he was like, a bum or something like that, it'd be like, oh, well, hey, I'm in the TV, I'm good anyway. But like if he looked and let's say like he had a happy family with some kids or something, and they took him away from that, you know what I'm saying? I think that something like that would, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's one of those things, like, you don't care about it until you see it. Because, like, B-15, the girl.
Yeah, she was straight.
And then out of sight. Saw it.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. If I don't know what I'm missing, I don't have anything to miss. You know what I'm saying?
Like Brad, like he was working for the TVA, then he goes to this timeline. Man, I got a good life here. I'm gonna stay.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm a superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I wonder what's I'm thinking about like so how at the end, okay, they ended up blowing up a bunch of the timelines. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which, like they said, killed a bunch of people. But Sophie got irritated and then she left. You know what I'm saying? She went back and then she was just kind of sitting on the. I'm wondering about that. Like,
I mean,
like is she gonna is she gonna kind of have a change of heart and come back? You know what I'm saying? Like is she gonna
probably
like then too like this whole thing with because she killed he who remains in the one timeline, but now because of that, like all of these other ones are getting ready to pop up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now they can't even stop the branches from coming because only remember at the end when the little guy, the little tech guy.
I forget his name.
Yeah, I forget his name too.
Boris. It's Boris or something, I think.
I thought it was like Opie.
I think there's like two names that he has. Like one, like Loki used to call him Boris or something, and he called himself Obis.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. Season 2.
Tech guy's name.
Yeah, this guy. So who is this guy?
Obi is what he said in like first thing.
Let's see. What is his name? Let's see what Google says. How much you putting on Opie?
I think it's gonna say like a couple of names, like Obi, Boris.
OB.
I just said Obi.
You said Opie.
Okay. You know what I meant.
OB.
What did I say before that?
Boris. Nothing about Boris.
Oh, Boris. Like, you get the point, man. Like, Boris.
Oh, Oberus. I get okay.
You get
okay.
where I'm. Yeah.
Okay, I could give you that. I give
Yeah.
you that. I give you that. Oberus, OB, or TVA. Yeah, okay.
I told you had a bunch of names.
Yeah. That was right on point. But yeah, like he kind of created that thing, and he said that it won't work because like only the person who created it, which is he who remains, and he's dead.
And Miss Minutes and I forget.
Oh, yeah,
it's Revolver or some. Not Revolver. It's some girl. Her name starts with R, and like she's working with Miss Minutes.
The clock.
Yeah.
She hiding, right?
Are they? Yeah.
Hold on. Did they say that in episode 2 though?
I mean, somebody's working with Miss Minutes, and it wasn't those people that were blowing up timelines. So
They said that. When they say that in episode 2?
Huh?
When they say something about Miss Minutes?
I think it was episode. I think it was episode 2.
Or did you? Or you just snuck and watched some episode 3 without me?
Nah, bro. Bro, we can like search it up.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Minutes working with. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Miss Minutes working with?
Miss Minutes mentioned.
It said it somewhere.
Can Loki really be? What is Mobius' past life like? Can Loki really be a good guy? Here, let's. What do you think? So, what do you think Mobius' past life is like?
I think Mobius's past life is like him just having a life on a jet ski and stuff. Cause that's what he imagines a bunch. Like in season 1, he's like, man, you see this newspaper? That man on the jet ski?
Yeah.
That was me, bro. Back in my past lives when I was younger. Had that backbone, man.
Okay. Do you think Loki can actually be good?
I think Loki is kind of like an anti-hero, like Venom, because like he's not like a true just blood-hearted hero, but he's not like a villain either because he does good. So like I think he's kind of like Venom, like an anti-hero.
Okay, I can do that. Is Sylvia fast food learner? Fast food learner. Got that? Fast.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd say, but like, she's stubborn, like very stubborn. Like, Sylvie, listen, if you stab this man, all universes will be branched off, and a bunch of evil men will come out of nowhere, and will most likely die. Okay. That's how Sylvie is. Like, after her telling all this, after Loki and the one above.
Hold on one second. Finish what you were saying.
Kang the Conqueror, Kang and Loki telling her like, you can't do this, man. This is gonna burn a bunch of stuff. It's gonna mess up a bunch of stuff.
And she still did it.
Yeah, she kicks him through a portal.
So really,
Sylvie caused all of this.
But no, how you feel about not mentioning that even brings back to the thing that Brad was saying. He's like remember he told Loki when he was getting under Loki's skin, he's like, it's always you, no matter what it is. And
You're
every
always
time
the problem.
you're always the problem. Every version of you, every time you try to do good, you always turn. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And Sylvie is. Honestly,
it is a version of him.
She's a version of, like, they really messed up a bunch because one, she's a version of him. They running through time and doing stuff together. You know what I'm saying? That's already messed up. Then they actually start falling for each other. They actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now you falling in love with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they really threw us for a loop on that one. So in we got like two minutes left, man. You know, like what do you think we can expect from you know, based on how how episode 2 ended, what do you really expect to happen, or you know, what are your expectations for episode 3?
I expect us to see get more of a story for Miss Minutes and Ravuva.
Revuva? You
Yeah.
just making up names.
It starts with R.
so you just
Yeah.
Revuva, revolver. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. You say a little bit of the backstory on me. Yeah, I do want to understand. You know, I thought she was just like kind of a clock that. So now that
Yeah, because we know she worked for Kang, and she could go to the end of time.
And they said she's the one person that actually that's what it was, because he said either at the end he said either the person that created it, which is he who remains, or Miss Minutes, because she has the info from all the way back to time.
I know, but she had something like that just doesn't spawn. She had to be created, you know. So
exactly.
So I think like Kang created her, and she created the TVA.
Okay.
And Kang just like kept everything in order, and so the Lokis came along.
Until the Lokis came along. Okay.
I want to see something like Sylvie goes into the past, and she just recruits a bunch of versions of herself. I just want to see something like that. It won't happen, but
I think Sylvie's the only version of herself, because Loki's a guy, and I think she's the one, you know, in the one dimension that was like the girl version. So I think like all of that.
There's like, you know how you know the Spider-Verse, right?
Mm-hmm. It was only one girl.
Huh?
It was only one girl.
There were two girls, but like when in the second movie, it showed so many different Spider-Men and different women and cars and horses and cats and dogs and dinosaurs.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So like we're not seeing all of them, because like in the first movie of Spider-Man, we only saw two girls, but in the second movie, we saw the society like so many different just things. Like there was like.
Yeah.
There must have been a light.
There must have been a light. All right, man. So we gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. You know, we're gonna go ahead and turn on Loki episode 3.
All right.
Jump into that, see what's going on, and then we jump back on here for episode 3 of our podcast. No, that'll be episode 4. So we watching episode 3 of Loki and doing episode 4 of the podcast. Yeah. And we actually got to do some more WandaVision, because we were
like I fell asleep on episode 5 and you watched episode 6.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we gotta get up on that. So sweet. You got anything to say before you get up out there?
Not really. I think we covered it. Like we didn't cover it. Like yeah, I think we did cover everything.
We covered pretty much everything.
Yeah.
If we can think of anything else, we'll bring it back on the next episode. Sweet. So we're gonna go ahead, get up out of here. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tap in with us, and we'll be back on the next episode.